It's okay. Got it. All right, we're now streaming. Welcome everybody to the Lucky Ones podcast. Sorry we are a little bit behind tonight. So I'm hoping people will hop on. Make sure you share it out if you're with us in the chat. Oh, there's Christina. Yay. We are very excited because tonight we are hosting a bunch of ladies who are doing the hang on, I completely forgot to share this to somebody who is supposed to be here if they are able to. Anyway, hi Casto. Who are going to be in the Women's Invitational on May 17th and May 18th. The Invitational also has a tournament afterwards. There are some super matches that are thrown in there as well. So, I'm your host, Lucky Wood, and I'm joined with Katie Henke and Christina Casto. And our special guests tonight are Shauna Wagner and Court Farwell. Welcome in. Or is it Farwell? Like, do you say the R?
Perfect. Yeah.
Awesome. I've heard it both ways, so I just wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah, just chunk it.
Nice. Sounds good. Which is super fun for me because I did speech therapy for R's and I pronounce my R's with W's sometimes, so just bear with me if you end up being like wow, like just know it was a struggle growing up. Well, I am really happy that you all are here, and I'm going to pull up one thing real quick. And Shauna, since you're next to me over here on the screeny screen, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and what got you into arm wrestling?
Oh my goodness. So, just like personally for me, I've been in arm wrestling now. I just hit about a year and a half. I didn't really know anything about it at all. It was kind of a drunken bar experience, if you if you will. I met Sam one night at the bar, and he's the leader of our Fox Valley Finger Blasters, as everyone is laughing about the title of our team. And he challenged me to come to a practice, and I did that, and literally I've been addicted ever since. I used to be a softball player, and I tore both of my Achilles tendons, and so just trying to find another sport to get into. But I'm so addicted to the sport because you don't have to be the strongest, you don't have to be the fastest, you don't, there's so many things and techniques to get into it. But yeah, so I'm pretty new, but overall I feel like I have a really good mentor in Danielle Evanson. She does, I mean, she's just a beast, right? So yeah, that's a little bit about me with my arm wrestling background.
Awesome. How about you, Court? Hang on, baby, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Well, it kind of just started because like my dad has always like loved arm wrestling, and then one day like I beat my dad, and I was like, "Come on, Dad, like, what? You can't do that. You can't just let me win." He's like, "Do you think I let you kids win anything?" He's like, "No," and I was like, "Oh, so I actually like beat you?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he started like looking in like John Brzenk was like his hero, and then he started like learning about Ron Bath and all these guys, and he just went down a rabbit hole. He figured out what YouTube was and just went for it. And he's like, "Hey, you're strong. My elbows are shot and I can't do it anymore." He's like, would you like to, would you like to do arm wrestling?" And I was like, "Sure. I mean, I guess." And in 2020, we found one at O'Fallon, Missouri, and we signed up and I won. And I was like, "Hey, maybe this is a thing."
I love that. That's so good. That's awesome. Like a whole family.
Like a father-daughter, yeah.
That's
He's my
awesome.
coach and my cheerleader all at the same time.
Aw, I love that. I love that. So
Awesome.
outside of the sport, what are y'all into? What do y'all do for fun? All that jazz. Court,
Go
you
ahead.
can go
Go
if you
ahead.
did.
I mean, we have lives. No.
Fair.
Um, I always have like 50 billion projects going on. Like I work construction for like 5 years with my dad. So I mean, I just always have a project going on, which is the bane of my wife's existence. But always projects. I just love tinkering and doing all that stuff, playing music, teaching. Just that's what I love.
Right. It totally reminds me, and I'm sorry, I don't it totally reminds me of that scene in Modern Family when like Cam tells the one couple like we'll host, and she was like, "Why can't we host?" And he was like, "I'm sure you have an unfinished project in your living room." And the wife looks at her wife and goes, "Yeah, that canoe that you're building."
Sure.
Like, yeah, that's but it's not just for that for those couples, because me and my husband are the same way, because I'm just like, can you finish something, please, so I can have a living room, so I can sit down on my couch that I bought, please?
That's accurate. Yeah.
Right. It's always a spouse. It's always the spouse. Shauna, how about you? What do you guys get into?
Yeah, so we're busybodies. We're always out doing something, whether we are out golfing, we were out just to get out of the house, wrist wrestling today, out driving our vet. But as far as just like a regular week, so I am a global food safety auditor. That's what I do for work, and I take on average 180 flights a year. So I'm all over the country. So I stay pretty busy. I think I spend more nights in a hotel than I do at home. So we do as much as we can together when I'm home.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so what does training look like for you both, since you guys have a lot on your plates? What does training look like, and how do you fit that into y'all schedules?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I focus it because it's crazy because I'm not home. So I have bands that I pack in my suitcase, and I do what I can at the hotels when they have it. But if I'm at home, I have it set up in my basement, and I'm doing everything from pronation to now that I got my wife into it. So then I have a buddy at home to like go back and forth with, which is super nice. It's changed a lot of the dynamics. And then I try to get with the team on average 2 to 3 times a month to get things together. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Court?
Mine was just, like I didn't really, like I technically started 2020, but like I really didn't start doing it until I like found my team, River City Arm Wrestling in Peoria area. Like I didn't really have a lot, but ever since I got accepted in this competition, it's been like every day. I'm trying to gain weight so I can get closer to that 154 class. I was like, oh God, I'm a lightweight, guys. Right. I'm cramming and just cramming everything in my face and just trying anything.
I'm trying to go the opposite direction.
Right. Lucky duck. That's awesome. So, Court, when did you get your official invite? Then, because I know you were.
I was late, yeah.
A little later.
I don't know, like a month ago. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I know I was stoked when I got it, but
right. Yeah, because Sean and I think we both were like the 11th.
Yeah, I think we were the last.
Yeah, we were the last two to get for the 155 plus. And gotcha. So, and then I know Candy got hers around the 10th or 11th, and she was after you had come in court.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, I think it's and Kim might hop on. Kimberly might hop on here in a minute. I know she had posted that she's like feeling like, oh, it's crunch time, and so I definitely was like #felt like coming in a little bit later and not having the time. Like had it been January or prior, I would have been like, okay, yeah, I got this, and like now it's like it was 5 weeks out, and I'm just like, what?
Well, then there's some people you don't even know, right? Because especially if you're newer to the sport, and I read some of the names, and I'm like, I don't really know. And then you're trying to do all your planning,
your due diligence, and strategy.
You're crunching.
Right.
You're like, who are you? What do you do?
It's not stalking. It's research. It's research.
Oh, you're right.
You're matches. Right. It's not stalking.
No,
don't worry.
That's what I told Danielle last week when I had Danielle on. I felt so bad because I knew stuff about her that she didn't know. And I was like, I sound like such a stalker.
I had to go, when you were saying that, I had to go search that. I was like, where is she finding this crap out about us? I gotta go figure this out. And I found it.
Right.
What
Well,
kind of stuff are you finding out? I just mean like researching how they pull and their ready goes and all that. What are you looking
Like,
for?
They're finding Social Security.
right.
That's what they're
No,
finding.
but like no, Corey Miller made it very easy to find people's percentages for like
Oh, yeah.
their weight classes and their arms. Like,
Oh, okay. I see what you're
yeah.
saying. Okay.
yeah. And so
You know
poor
what?
Daniel had no
Don't go by
idea.
that though.
What'd you
Don't
say?
go by that though, because
Right.
that's only for the AER, or what is it? AERS or whatever it is.
Airs.
Yeah, that's only for those tournaments that qualify in those.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
I may arm wrestle 100 times a year, and only 4 of them are, that they turn their results and stuff in for those.
That
I
is
just
Which
true.
read,
my
like-
West Virginia State's is, so y'all better come.
When is West Virginia State again?
August 17th.
She meant Best Virginia. I think that's what she meant by that.
She went West Virginia.
No, right. West Virginia. What'd you say? Worst Virginia?
That's what she said.
I'm going to show you who the best Virginia is. Come
Uh-oh.
the 17th.
Hey, bring it, sister, bring it.
They're already
She says
fighting
I've
and we haven't
been
even gotten
ducking
to the
her. I
round
ain't
robin
been
yet.
ducking her. She knows exactly where I live. I've
No,
been in this sport
that's
for
why-
32
That's
years.
why
If you want to
that's why
wrestle me,
you
you can come
didn't
to
get an
me.
invite today. That's why you didn't get the invite today.
Oh
You-
no, Lucky,
so
that's so
sucking.
mean.
Oh,
That's exactly right.
she
You
could have
what?
shown up. It was a public event. They had the address and everything. She found out Lucky was gonna be there. She was like, "Nah, I can't go to that."
Actually, I didn't even see it.
Fair enough.
After they said because I put it up on the message board. I didn't know
Right.
what was going on. I went back through. I cannot see it at all.
Hey, Drew, welcome in. You got
Yeah.
minutes.
Y'all were scared of me. I didn't get an invite. You blocked me on it.
That's what it was, Cass. So yeah, Patty.
So the people she doesn't invite are the unlucky.
Exactly.
Oh, there
Exactly.
you go.
I see.
The unlucky ones.
The unlucky ones. Ooh. I know some people who would love to take up that group and run with
There's a Lola and the Eulos. You don't want to be a Eulo. Don't be
you.
a
No,
Eulo.
I love it. I'm here for it. All right. So we talked about training. What has been like your favorite event that you've gotten to compete in, Court?
Getting smoked by Angie Bath. That was kind of my favorite one. Just
Love
because
it.
it's like, dude, she's insane. Like, it was just like kind of, like meeting an idol, like a celebrity of arm wrestling. And I was like, dude, I even just get to hold her hand at the table. Like, okay. Oh, I mean, it was an experience. It was cool. But yeah, that was like one of the best. And like Ron Bath is like my dad's like heartthrob. He was fangirling so hard, and he was there with me too. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, Angie!" And he's like, "Yeah, look at Ron too." When he got to shake Ron's hand, and my dad's like, "I'm never washing this."
That's adorable. I love that. Yeah, Angie has a special place in my, so I can 100% relate. So she was at practice. She was at the practice today. So I sent her like a fangirl message, like, "Thank you so much for working with me." How about you, Shauna?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys. So we end up going to a lot of tournaments, and it's really hard to get a handful of women to pull. But we got to go up to a tournament in Minnesota called the Time Bomb Tourney, and they're fairly new with their tournaments. And we had, I think it was 12 women in our class, which is by far, I mean, it was amazing. And I ended up winning that. And I just had a great time. It was such a fantastic atmosphere. And we had people in that class that were, I think one girl was they moved her up. She was only 14 or 15 years old, which I mean, was fine. And then we had someone that was a lady who was retired. I don't remember her name, who was retired that came back. And so we had a little bit of everything. So it was a really neat tournament.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
my answer was almost when there's a lot of women there. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
'cause it's hard.
it's hard. It's super hard.
I think the most that I've pulled was 5 that showed up. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was for right, and then there was 4 in the left. And then in sit downs, there was 5 of us, and then 4 in the right hand. No, left hand.
What area or what state are you ladies from? Both of you.
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Illinois, Central.
Okay. I knew it was somewhere over there in that region. I'm not that great with that, so but I wasn't sure where. I just knew it was over there.
Over there, somewhere.
Over there. Everyone's over there for me. I'm in Oregon. Everyone's over there.
Oh,
Those
wow, yeah.
Midwest
Okay.
girls. Yeah,
Everyone's over there.
you're way over there.
I'm so far. I'm almost in the ocean. Yeah.
No, but these are why these 2 are near and dear to my heart, because I'm a Midwest girl. I was born in Indiana, and then I grew up in Illinois, and then I moved up to Minnesota. So I skipped over Wisconsin. No offense.
We've got nicknames for people in Illinois.
Right.
Oh, I was just about to say, I'm so sorry for you. Good for you. You got out.
Right.
How many of us do?
Exactly. No, I was there. I was in Illinois. That was the second longest place that I lived anywhere. It was 9 years. So
Oh.
yeah.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, no. It's all good. Man,
2-bedroom. We got 2-bedroom potholes on Craigslist, Craigslist, Zillow, are everywhere.
they're everywhere. Yeah, I always thought that I was gonna go back, and then I went back because my birth family's in Indiana, and I scooted over to Illinois for a little while, and I was like, I'm good. Stay over here on the East Coast. All right, so let's get into the invitational talk. What do you guys? So we've talked a little bit about being added a little later, and kind of the time crunch that we're kind of all feeling, except for Casto, which is why there's bitterness towards her. But anyway, what are you guys most excited for? What are you guys nervous about when it comes to the Women's Invitational?
I think just like anytime I start like watching videos, like it's the like nervous adrenaline just like starts in me. Like even just watching even like your guys' podcast with other puller like who are gonna be there, I'm like, oh, like it just gets me, and like the adrenaline just starts like going, and I'm like, ooh, okay, I gotta shut this off. I gotta stop. Like it's getting to me. But like I'm fine like all the way up till, but it's just like that nervous energy that you have. I like love pulling, and I don't get nervous then. It's like once I make that first pull, I'm fine. But it's just like the nerves leading up to. I wouldn't say like I'm nervous about that many women, but at the same time I'm not, because it's a new challenge that I've not yet to face. And I think every time you come to the table, there's always a lesson. Either you're getting one or you're giving one or receiving one. So I think there's always something to learn. I just like that part, and that there's this many women and it's an event for us. So I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my feeling on it.
Well, no, that's awesome. Love that. Sean?
Yeah, I have to carry on, kind of what Court said. Just to be invited was amazing that someone even thought of my name and threw it in there, and to get the call, and originally I didn't even think I was open for that date. And then when I realized I had the date for my law school graduation wrong, that's a wrong date, and was able to do it. So when I looked at the name of people, I think that's what I'm most excited for, is to go in and actually, pull people that are, I mean, my goodness, I mean, just look, it's stacked. It doesn't matter which class you look at, it's fantastic. I mean, these names are just fabulous. These are people you don't get to pull all the time. So kind of like Court, I'm really looking forward to learning, whether I win or lose, doesn't matter. It's the experience. It's what you can gain from it. It's I'm hoping that with the event itself, that it encourages other women to be like, hey, look what we can do. This is, I think it's just a big event all around. As far as nervousness, I mean, yeah, I'm just nervous just to go, because I've never, been at a big event like that. And I think one thing that kind of made me nervous is and I think it was Lorraine that said it was, we don't want anyone to go 0-11. And, is that possible for someone? And you look at the names and I'm like, no, I don't know, maybe. Because I feel like I came in as the underdog, the clear underdog for our class. And
Girl, please.
I'm fine with it. I'm honestly, I'm totally fine with it. It made me like think harder and want to train harder. So I think that's what's got me excited.
Right. Well, I don't want to take that away from you, because if that's what's motivating you, then that's awesome. But I will say, and I mean this as a compliment, not as a woe is lucky. I mean this as a 100% compliment when I say that when they added you, like, people were excited, and like you have made your name in the sport, you know? And so I feel like
yeah, when I saw you were on there, I was like, oh, they added Shauna. I was like,
right.
yes. And then I saw you were going to be on our podcast, and I was like, yes.
Good. So I hope I don't let anyone down, including myself.
No, and I'm not saying, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to put like added pressure or take anything away from you, but I will say, like, it was for me, it was like, it made me like, not that I didn't like already respect you, but it made me like even like admire you more, to see like the other women like, yes, we want Shauna to be a part of this and to bring you in at that time. So just know that I don't think you're the underdog.
As long as I win one, I'm fine. Just one.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, like, it was tough getting like, no, yeah, because like I see all your guys' names on the group chat, and I'm like, I don't know most of these people on here. So like, right, we're researching is what we called it. I remember.
Right.
We're like looking at all, and I'm like, man, have I ever seen any of these people before? And I'm like, I think like 4 of the whole group chat I know, but I'm just like, it's cool. Like, I'm gonna get to know all of you, and like, especially doing this podcast is awesome. I'm getting like see faces that now I can put a face in the name, right?
Right.
Yeah, I was super excited to do this. I was like, okay, I've never even been on a podcast, and I think I've seen one ever in my life. Like, that's how technologically dumb I am. But I was like, yeah, we'll do it. I can press play somewhere probably.
Right. So we've talked about the lineup a little bit. Who do you? Well, all right. So I'm not going to ask it this way. I'm going to say, who are you most excited to pull? Like, do you have, if you have history with them, or like you've never pulled them and you're just really ready to in your class, or in after pulls, or if you're staying for the tournament on Saturday? Court?
So I love Danielle. I do. I have met her at so many things, and like, I'm like, man, the amount of like, I think I've lost twice to her, but I'm like, every time I'm like, I want to hate her, because like, like when someone beats you, like, oh, at least give me fuel, like something to like fuel my like go for it. And she's so nice, and you're like, God, can you just be mean? Like, I need something to like, get after it. But I'm like, stop being
Be
so
mean when
nice.
you're kicking my ass.
Right? And the after pull is so personable. I was like, come on. Like, but no, she's like, I'm not calling myself Superman, but she's like my Lex Luthor, like kryptonite is what I call her. I'm like, God, I'm right there. And like, that's the one. If I just beat her, I'll just call it quits right here, guys. Just call it quits.
You'll go out on a high note, huh?
Exactly, right? And I'm like, hey.
Hey, I have to pull her all the time. But it's okay. I'm good with it. I'm super good.
Shauna, how do you beat her? How do you beat her?
Yeah. You gotta.
So right hand. But so I'm actually more known for my left. We did slip in the last tournament. It's getting closer. Technique on how to beat her, I couldn't tell you. Just pray, maybe. I don't know.
She's a powerhouse. She is a powerhouse.
I mean, I love that answer.
Her table IQ is just insane to me. But yeah, I mean, for me, and just because we're talking about Danielle, so I talk to Danielle all the time about, people who I think I could match up with. And Christina, not because you're on here, but your name had come up, and of course I didn't know you, and I'm like, there's this woman that lives in West Virginia, and I think her and I have a very similar style. And then I saw that you were coming to this, and I was excited. I wanted to actually pull you. That's why I was like, I didn't think you were having the West Virginia tournament this year because I wanted to see if you wanted to pull. And then now I get to pull you here. So I'm actually really excited to pull you because I think we have a similar style.
That's awesome. See, Casto, I'm not the one coming for you. It's Sean.
It's not, I'm excited to learn.
Right.
He makes for all I know.
And all right. So we do the invitational, you know, what happens on the table happens on the table. You know, we're gonna have, you know, first through 10th, 12th, or whatever ends up happening. Where do you see this like trajecting you, or where do you want it to take you? Like what's kind of your end game in the sport, y'all think? Or where do you like be like, oh, if I could just make it here, this would be awesome. Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I have a goal. I don't know if this is nuts or not, but like I've like kind of written everyone down. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I match up good here. What have you? I have a game plan.
Right.
And right now, I mean, like I said, there's some big names on this card. I mean, I know there's a few that, you know what, I just may have to be strategic in another way. But if I can pull out, my goal for myself is 6 to 7 wins. I mean, that's, you know, am I gonna get that? It's just the goal. If I do, I mean, I'll take that all day long, and I just want to continue in the sport and anything that I learn from it. You know, I just want it to continue to grow me as a female athlete.
Right. Awesome.
For sure. For sure. I feel like I am not really known like at all. Coming into this is kind of like the imposter, and I was added in later and I was like, huh, okay. I mean, that's fine. I know I'm not, but like I like this as like a little bit of a kind of a use a like scaffold off of and kind of like get a little bit more well known. I am of smaller stature and I do get underestimated a lot. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things. But like it's just one of those things like people have these like preconceived notions like, oh, she's little. But like I just want to like see and like, you know, I don't know. It's like it's one of those fun things. Like I am also just as excited to like learn something and like match up with. If I can at least just finish 6th, I'll be tickled pink, to be honest with you. 6th, there we go. That's what I got. But yeah, making my name a little bit more out there, well known is like, yeah, I would say that's my major goal.
I gotta get my name out there too.
You've done well.
Lucky just laughs. That's her only response. Laughter.
Well, I have to stop being mean to Casto because I really don't want her to kill me one day. or people think that we have real beef. So
No,
I
wait.
have to start being nice to Casto. So I'm not gonna say anything.
Have you guys pulled yet?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
So
that's
this much
It's all
talk.
new.
right. Well, that's why I can talk all the talk. And then when she crushes me, I'll shut up.
We have to say hi, Stephanie. Stephanie joined us. We have to say Stephanie too.
Hey, Stephanie.
I see you there in your car. You're not ignored. I see.
It's bright out there still?
Yeah,
Where are you
it's
at
still
then?
daytime here. It just doesn't look like it
San
anymore.
Diego.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm in Portland. She's in San Diego.
whoa. I was like, yeah, it's pitch black outside. It's 9:25.
Yeah, it's same here.
Yeah, it's
I
only
think-
7:45.
I think
So-
I'm in Walmart parking lot, so the lights will still be on when the sun goes down because we're going to be on for like an hour more or two. Like, what's the no?
We're gonna do a shorter show tonight.
I
think.
was honestly about to text you, not to not come on, but just to give you a heads up that I had said at the beginning, because of everything, this is gonna be kind of a shorter show than normal. But anyway, we're glad you're here. And I wasn't gonna be like, don't come on. We're about to wrap up because we're not about to wrap up, but it's just gonna be a little shorter than normal.
Cool.
So we got this invitational. Invitational is awesome. For all of us who are in it are super excited. I know those of us, you know, we're excited to watch it, see how everything goes down. Watch Sarah Bachman come in first for 155 plus. And then 154. I think that's what I'm most excited about is the 154s because like it's really anybody's game with that one. But even 155, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? That's gonna. I think that the we're going into the unknown, as Elsa would say. Um, so sorry, I listened to that like 4 times on my drive, so it's a little stuck in there. It's just on repeat
So
in
your
my
brain
head.
is now literally frozen.
It's quite
frozen.
literally.
Thanks. I'm here all night. Thanks, everybody.
Knee slapping.
Ping.
So, oh, your son would be so proud. Who plays the drums? So as far as big events that we could possibly, anybody on this podcast really that could be possibly involved. You know, we have East versus West, we have Nationals, we have Worlds, we have King of the Table, we have Knuckles Up, we have Arm Gods, we have Monsters Factory. Sorry if I missed anybody. Please do not cancel me. There's millions of other reasons you can cancel me. That's not one of them. What else would you guys like to participate in?
I've not really traveled, and just because, I'm a poor teacher. I don't have the monies, and I married a teacher. So we're really rolling in it. We did it for the money, really.
That's a fail. If you're a teacher, you're supposed to marry money. Everybody knows this.
Yeah, I'll tell her that. I'll get right on that.
Be like, I need you to go back and get a doctorate and become a brain surgeon, please.
No, but I would love to definitely travel more and get this started. This is like the first time I've ever like really gone out and did like a big one, just because I mean, like, I want to make sure that like, it's like one of those like I want to make sure I am good. Like I want to test myself against other people, and I just want to see like before I go do something big and just like spend all that money. I mean, granted, I am learning something, but at least if I'm getting like spanked and just like there's no reason for me to come out there because if I'm just doing it for funsies, like I really want to make sure that I was good and trained up for it and at least had a chance at something.
Right.
But that, yeah, I would definitely like to start doing that more. And the money thing, I actually did my first like sponsorship with 5 Star Nutrition. They're just now like locally owned in our area. So I went in there so scared. I was like, I don't like asking for things. I don't like this. But like ripped off the Band-Aid, tried it out, and they're like, no, for sure, let's do it. And I was like, wait, you're serious? Oh, okay. I was expecting like, no, that's okay.
Right.
But like she, like the owner of it, she was amazing. She worked with me and like got the funds for the day. And she's like, yep, your trip's covered. And I was like, that is so awesome. So they even worked with us. I even got to bring my team and we brought in 2 tables. So not only was it recruiting for our team as well as supporting me and getting people in their door. I thought it was just a perfect like collaboration that we did. But yeah, shout out to 5 Star. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
That's
It-
cool.
How
yeah.
about you,
So-
Miss Shauna?
Yeah, I mean, like for us, we've started to travel a little bit because it's hard to get a good, sample size of people. And you say, okay, well, I pull the same people all the time. Where am I really? And so we're going to try to either venture out to Michigan State, which comes up, I think it's in June. Or we may go down
I'll
to.
see you there.
Yeah, are you going?
I'm gonna go to Michigan, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we may go there because we've never been to like I would say this like huge tournament.
Correct.
And then we're also looking at going to the what is it, the US National Amateur one in Dallas. I don't really know that I still qualify. They say I do. I don't think so. I think they have their numbers mixed up, but my wife would like to go, so I may just spectate that. But we will travel, but to everyone's point, expense is there. It does get expensive. It's Wisconsin's a little bit, I think, lucky. We probably have somewhere between 8 and 10 events a year, which is a lot. But they're not, you're not talking 400 entries. You're talking some of them are, 80 to 100 entries. So
Right. How about you, Katie? Where you want to go? What you want to do?
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, you all know I'm going to Arizona State on June 1st.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I know that, but like the big things. Pay-per-view. What you want to be on? Have that kind of pay-per-view. Get your minds out of the gutter.
I wasn't really ready for this question, but I
That's why I
want
asked.
to go as far as I can go. I want to go Masters like WAF. I want to go.
Nice.
I would like to do the Knuckles Up and the East versus West and all the big ones. I'd like, to get there someday. It's been
Heck yeah.
3 years and which isn't that long. A lot of people have been doing it a long time. And I'm traveling now. I have like 5 or 6 more events this year. And because in Oregon there's only like 2 tournaments a year, and they're good, but they're small. They're small, and once you start beating people in your own area, there's not that many women that arm wrestle here. I have to leave my area to find other women, and boy, are there other women. There are super strong, beastly women at every tournament I go to, and it's okay, because to be better, you got to learn from people who are better than you, and to be the best, you got to learn how to beat them. So that's my plan.
Miss First in Las Vegas, whatever. Talk to the hand. I don't want to hear you complaining.
I'm not complaining. I'm saying you gotta like when I went to Arizona State last year, I went to this tournament with so much talent, and I got 1 win the whole tournament. Everything else I lost, and it was still fun. I'm still glad I went. I'm still glad I got smashed so many times. So it changed my outlook. I'm not scared anymore to go to tournaments. Like, I might get kind of nervous. I probably will, but not like last time when I went to Arizona State. I was nervous for like 2 weeks, and it just not even like, like logically nervous. Just like, oh, like I never traveled for a tournament before,
Yeah.
And this year is going to be insane too, with the Swedish team coming and everybody else domestically within the States coming. That's insane themselves. Everybody's going to be, super good. And so, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be a good time, and I'm looking forward to it.
Casta, what you want to be on?
What do I want to be on?
Yeah.
I've been on it all. I don't know. It's time for me to retire.
All the pay-per-views?
All of them.
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
Christina, you can't retire till we pull. It doesn't have to be for rankings or anything, but we have to pull before you give up your arm. I have to feel the concrete, Casto.
Oh,
Good.
no. Nice.
Oh wait, but I'm only good on my left. I mean, I'm better on my left. I'm not that confident on my right.
I mean,
Stephanie.
I've been on a lot of different things, but I don't, the East versus West, Knuckles Up, it just doesn't, I don't know. There's too much controversy going on, so I don't want to be a part of that.
Doesn't tickle your fancy?
Nope.
Fair enough.
Not at
about you,
all.
I'd like to go to Ireland. What's over there? That sounds fun to me.
Whatever
beautiful.
in Ireland, Stephanie's gonna take part in.
Yeah,
She
can we
needs
go to
tournaments.
Ireland?
Yeah, all the
Oh.
tournaments in Ireland, send her flyers now.
And
Right.
after, I won't get drunk until after I'm done pulling.
Good point.
Maybe
That's
I
what
won't
you
even
think.
get drunk. I'll just have a few drinks.
All right, so if you are Irish, Stephanie's looking for sponsorship. Fly her out to Ireland. What she can.
But I'm bringing Lucky with me. We're gonna be a team.
Oh,
Let's go.
let's do it. The
It's a
dynamic
big deal,
duo.
too. Yeah.
We lost court.
I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, we did.
All right. Maybe she'll come. She maybe got a call or something, which is totally fine. No worry.
I think we all froze.
Did we?
Did we?
Nobody move for a minute to confuse everybody.
Right. Everybody freeze. Hang on.
Hi.
Checking the live. No, I think we're all good.
Okay, Christina.
I cannot. This is why I can't take her anywhere, y'all.
For a second, I really thought you froze because you froze a few seconds before.
Somebody cricket.
Hey, what's ironic
I
is
was
you're
like, oh my
literally
God, she
freezing.
really froze.
That is so ironic because you're literally freezing.
She was like, okay.
All right. So like I said, we're gonna kind of keep it short and sweet tonight, but I did want to end on a note, and so everybody, Katie and Casto and Stephanie, just FYI, you put on the spot too. Everybody has to answer this question because I think it could be a really cool clip for us to make.
Okay.
Who do you think is gonna lose? No, just playing. The question is, what are your words of wisdom for women in the sport or women who are looking to get into arm wrestling? So I'll give you a couple minutes. I'm gonna dialogue for a second. Like, I absolutely love this sport. It's super fun. I'm super feeling great in it. I'm excited to be in the invitational. Low key, really nervous to be in the invitational as well. Oops. Send me gift cards for Texas Roadhouse because my birthday is on next Friday and I'm on a carnivore diet, so I can't eat anything but meat. All right, I'm done soapboxing. So, Casto, you're the wisest here. What is
She just pretended to freeze again.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
What
Just
is your word?
for me, what I tell the girls here at practice is don't give up. If somebody, like for instance, there were a few girls that were in the background being told they're not good enough to come to the invitation to the round robin. Don't let people like that stay in your head, because people like that will pull you down. Um, get with somebody that's going to encourage you, um, tell you what you're doing wrong. And if you see that they are, they really are helping me, then stick with that person. Because there are some people out there that'll say, they'll give you little bits of things, but not the complete. If I can't give everybody my complete, then I'm not doing what I should be doing as a coach, as an arm wrestler, as a fellow friend in arm wrestling. So just make sure that you find that person that stays in your niche, whether they're in your own home state or far away. Like Katie's really been encouraging me here lately to get on back on the health, and you too, you little brat, back on the health kick and get my health back in shape. But you've got to have that person there that really has your back, but has your back without, oh, I'm here, right up in you, right up in your crawl. I've got a good group of guys. They don't get on to me for not coming to practice because I hardly ever go to practice, but every week I get that invitation. So it's nice to have the group of guys I've got. As for me, like there's only two of us in this state that I know of that wrestle. So, and she works for me, so she's a little scared of me. Not really, but you've got to travel to find those people a lot of the times to get what you need to get. Find that person. Like I don't mind that I'm Lucky's person to inspire her to whoop me to become a better person. If y'all look up Nicole Cisco kept my picture on her table for over a year because I was her inspiration. She was going to come back and beat me. And that girl used to whoop my ass. So there you go. It's just a matter of finding that person, hang on to them, and you might kick their ass one day. You might.
Probably not for me though. Stephanie, what you got for me?
So like advice that I'd give a new girl or how I would treat her or
Well, just words of wisdom for women in the sport and then women who are looking at coming into the sport.
well, there was one of the girlfriends at practice yesterday and she was just sitting on the ground by the tables and she looked really cold and I was trying to invite her to come up. I told her that I would be really nice to her and that it was not good etiquette to just get a new person on the table and beat them and that come on up and you can just beat me a million times. And like I was trying to it didn't work. She just sat there cold. And I guess it didn't help when like all the other guys were there, and then I came like an hour late, and then I was beating them, so that scared her. So, but what scared me when I was new, my very first practice I went to, one of the girls told me that the reason that some of the girls don't come back is that they get in so much pain afterwards. And I got on the table for 5 minutes and then just hung out by the food until I could go to the regular practice and do a practice there. Like it was like a practice we traveled to, and her saying that to me scared me, and I shouldn't have been scared, but I was. So I'm gonna like consider that when I'm talking to the new girls. I wouldn't want them to, don't want to say anything that will make them be afraid or any of that. I've seen girls that are bullies, and I just hate that. I just have to keep my mouth shut unless I'm going to be super mean to the girl who is being a bully, and ask the other girl to come to a different table and let's do something. I'll let them hit me or whatever they want to do. And my other advice would be, probably because I went to the Travis seminar, is that put in your work in the strap. And he would say that he would not pull anybody outside of the strap unless he thought they were a chump. And that's always in my mind. And I love the strap, but the strap is better for me because I don't have a very good hand or wrist. So the goal is to slip and get into the strap. I don't know. I'm not very long-winded tonight.
No worries.
Yeah.
Katie.
Oh, what wouldn't I say? Let's see. For women in the sport now, I feel like I'm a newcomer still. It's been 3 years, but it feels like it's still, there's so much to learn still, right? Like I don't know if we'll ever quote learn it all, but I think the women that are in it now, I don't know. I mean, most of them have been in it longer than me, but I guess I could try to give them some advice, like just keep working hard and just push yourselves outside your comfort zone. That's my take on it. Find what you're not good at and train it. Not good at it, train it. You're not good in the strap, train in the strap. You don't like when people do the hook against you, learn how to defend against it. Learn how to do the hook, whatever. Or like you pull with a strap, and like I've complained about the buckle on my hand, or I don't like the buckle on my hand. My coach is like, too freaking bad. You're gonna pull with the buckle there on purpose so that you can get used to that feeling, because you got to work what you're not good at. And never ever give up either. Like when you're in the match and you think you're gonna lose to the other opponent, let's say you are losing and you probably are gonna lose, like, I don't know, I just hate to like let my arm go. Like even if it's at the end, if I have any choice, I'm gonna fight until like the last. I just don't want her to like get it, like I'll fight to the last breath. A little too intense, I guess. But and then for new people, I don't know. The whole thing Stephanie said about scaring them. To me, that's kind of like, I know you don't want to be scared, but there are some people that get scared, but there's a little voice in my head that's like, well, then maybe you shouldn't arm wrestle. Like, I know that sounds awful, but like, I feel like everybody that arm wrestles, everybody I meet that arm wrestles has some sort of like little fight in them, right? Like, just a little bit. And some of them have a little bit and some of them have a lot. But you got to find that in that woman. Almost everybody's got it somewhere. You got to find the thing that's going to make them want to get up there and push for it. Because like Stephanie said, I've seen the girlfriends at practice that just sit there and whatever, they can do that. But if they're not interested, they're not interested. But then I see the girls that come up there and that are brand new, that are this is what is kind of fun though, when you get the really, really new people that come in and then they like trash talk you, right? When they come in, because they're like 20 years old and they're going to smash you right then. And so this girl came to practice and she was coming and she was like, I was letting her go and she was winning. And then I was trying to be rude to her. I was just, how hard do you want to go? Because she's like, oh, I've arm wrestled for like a little while. And I thought she had never done it, because I'm not going to ever pull on someone hard that's never done it, ever. And so I was like, well, do you want me to try to win? And she goes, well, F yeah, I want you to win. What do you think I'm here for? Like all super intense, right? And so then I just, just like slow light. Because when someone's not used to it and you are used to it, you don't like I think it was Court that said it. Like you don't have to be the strongest. Or maybe it was Shauna. I don't know. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be necessarily any specific set of anything to beat somebody. So you just have to be better at a few things than they are. So that's another thing. Like just do what you're good at, right? Don't try to be another puller. Like, are you good at a low hand top roll? Are you good at the hook? Are you good at certain things that other people don't try to be like, well, I want to be like so and so because they're good at, but maybe that's not your game. Maybe your game is like this other thing. I've always tried to like be like other people. Now I'm like, no, I'm gonna do my thing, like what I think I'm good at, and try to get that as best as I can. Because I don't know. Now I'm rambling. You only got what you got to work with. So that's the end there. I'm gonna stop talking now.
And for those on the podcast who might be confused, Christina was not pointing at Shauna. She was pointing at me. It just looked like she was pointing at Shauna based off of where the pictures are. So she does
Yeah,
not.
you're right beside me when I see it.
Right, but you're not on the podcast or on the live channel. So Christina and Shauna do not have beef. It's only me and Christina.
Christina and everybody has beef. Up, I just started that rumor.
Although, who knows?
You're good.
After May 17th, Shauna and Christina may have beef. And we'll be the
Yeah.
first to announce it on the 18th. We'll let you know.
There will be no beef.
You'll see it here first.
Right, you'll hear about it here first. Tune in on the 18th for the after show. Shauna, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started and it was said to me, and I think I would say it to anybody, coming in, it's okay to lose. Everyone loses. You learn from losing. That's kind of how you find out what you, like Katie said, train the things that you're weak on. Everyone's got weaknesses and things that we have to work on. And so I think a lot of the new people that are coming in and they don't win right away, or it takes them a while to get some wins, and it's somewhat discouraging. And so I think we have to, as a group of strong females that are out there that have been into it, and Katie, you said 3 years. I mean, I'm only at a year and a half, but I've had people in my corner, especially Daniel, one of them, saying, hey, you know what, you did good this time. We need to be out there and encouraging even the kids out there to do this, and that this is a fun sport and it is rewarding, especially when you are the person that's putting in the time and the efforts. And there is a lot of time that's spent training, whether it's with yourself or with your team or with a friend or whatever it may be. So that's my advice: is it's okay to lose, and just find that person that again you can work with, and see it as rewarding when you get there.
Awesome. Okay. Court.
I love all these answers, by the way, and I love going last because that was awesome. I like every single time you guys are saying something, I'm like, yeah, no, totally, 100%. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like finding those women who are going to uplift you, and going off of what Katie said, oh my gosh, yeah. Losing to Bethany Ritchie and Danielle Evanson. I didn't train as hard as I should. And guess what? That called me out right then. I was like, I did not train hard enough. And rather than getting discouraged and defeated, I do have that chip, that edge, that you're talking about. It is like that, ooh, that fire got lit underneath you. Like, I'm gonna, oh, I'm coming back. Oh, I'm coming for you. And now that both of them are there at this, and I'm like, ooh, redemption round, maybe. But I would love for it to be a redemption round. But at least, even if I do lose against them, at least then I'll be like, man, did I give them a little bit more than what they could have handled the last time? Did I improve? Did I feel better when I went against them? It's, yeah, that chip, that inner thing. And also I think it's that inner teacher, because today at the event I had, like, the owner, she had never done it before. And there was another lady there, she was a masseuse, and she'd never done it either. And I was like, I'm also of like smaller nature, and I am smaller, so I don't look as like, you know, typical like athletic like beast women, you know, like y'all are beasts. I don't look that beast like. So I'm like, hey, you want to come over here and like pull me? And they're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. Neither do I. No, just kidding. And like I make it lighthearted.
You are hustling people.
And I'm joking with people and I'm helping them and like being a teacher and like telling the top roll, I'm like, yeah, just like rotate and tell the time. Like look at the time and like look at it, follow all the way down with you. And it's just those are like, why you're so good at like, why are you so good at like teaching this? And I'm like, well, I'm a teacher and I'm passionate about this. So
There you go.
like
Love
it also at the same time, like I find it kind of like an internal struggle. And I hate that I say this, but like I feel like we might all have that. Like training someone like, and I think it's just the growing pains of arm wrestling, but like training and helping women get better, you're like, am I training them to get better than me? But at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm helping the sport and I'm happy because then I will have helped that person. And I love to see it grow and
Yep.
for them to gain something. And to go off the girls who do get discouraged, I went against this one girl for like my entire thing. I always went to the same events. She was always there too. And every time like I did win and she was starting to get really, really discouraged and I could see it. And I was like, no, you are doing amazing. I was like, keep it up. And she's like, what do you do for your workout? I gave it all to her. I was like, you know, because all of us are like tiptoeing around our workouts. And I see it. I see it. Tiptoeing around our workouts. But no, I told her like everything that I do. And I want her to get better. And the last time I went against her, like, I tell her, I'm like, man, dude, you feel completely different. Like, wow, you're pulling back. Like, it is good. And I was like, you feel totally different from the first couple times to now. Like that growth and getting that feedback and like knowing you're like, man, I'm not growing. I'm not achieving like what I'm supposed to. And for that little bit of feedback for others around you to just like lift you up, even just a little bit for you to go, yeah, I did do a little better today. You know, it's those little pump ups, you know?
Definitely.
I was gonna say something when you were talking about that little bit of like the spark inside of you, like when someone beats you and you have to get, I call it the Seabiscuit effect. That movie with the horse,
Oh,
like you have to be in second or third to actually try to get to first, or otherwise it's not a challenge. And I don't mean it's not a challenge. I just mean like
I need
I
my
always
pace
need that
horse
like
to go on
next
my race.
thing. Yeah, I need
Yeah.
that thing to fight for like all the time.
Mhm.
You know? And so I think I agree with you on that one. It's good.
Yeah.
Keeps me
All
going.
right, so everybody be Seabiscuit. Go be a horse.
It's a great day for it.
Great, right. So, well, I just thank you ladies so much for tonight. This was really fun. This is just both of you. I really appreciate y'all coming on. We hope to honestly have you back. And I think the night of the tournament, depending on how 18th goes, like I said, we'll probably do like an after show or whatnot, and be able to like just come on and talk about the event and things that went awesome, and how each of us did, and how we all surprised each other.
Can we make like an arm wrestling bracket, like a March Madness bracket, but for this, and to then come back afterwards and be like, dude, who got it all right?
I love
I
that.
think that would be sick.
That would be
Who
a lot
nailed
of fun.
it.
So yeah, so we might. I was actually going to do that for the podcast, and so I will definitely. I'm going to send it out. So you and I, it's the teachers in us, wavelength. So but yeah, no. So I might like you said, branch it out to the other ladies too, that are actually in the thing, and see what they say, and that would be a lot of fun for us to come back on the 18th and see how we all did and who won, and maybe I'll make Katie make them a prize or something, because she's like my servant who does everything for me, and I love her so much for it.
You mean make them up? Like, what do you want me to make? Like, you mean like the 3D printer, or do you want me to like crochet something?
Ooh, I have options.
Would you like a crocheted medal for your neck?
I think I'm gonna need a new
that would
arm.
be cheaper to mail. That'll be cheaper to mail.
Wet band.
Hey, Paul Italia, welcome in. Well, awesome.
I can paint some original art.
See, y'all, this is why. This is why she's a part of the podcast, just so she can do things like this for me. Oh, and we kind of like her too. So thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christina. And a huge thank you to Shauna and Court. Thank you guys for your time and just all your knowledge that you shared. And we just really appreciated it. Good luck to both of you in a couple of weeks. And Shauna, me and Christina will see you on the table, and Court will be cheering for you in the audience on Saturday.
Thank you. Thanks
I
for
can't
having
wait for
us.
it.
Yeah, it was great to meet all you.
Thanks,
Meet.
guys.
We'll meet someday though, for real.
For real.
All right.